What's going on, folks? RazorMP here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Shadow Systems CR920XL, a slim, optics-ready 9mm pistol with a full 15+1 capacity, a 4.1-inch match-grade barrel, and a design meant to blend concealability and shootability. Shadow Systems bills this as the all-purpose EDC in the CR series lineup, and after spending some solid time with it, I've got some thoughts. Just so you know, I paid for this pistol with my own money, so everything you're about to hear is my honest take. No sponsorship, no fluff. Now, before we dive in, a quick thanks to my member subscribers for continuing to support the channel. It really does make a difference. And also a nod to Scottsdale Tactical for helping me with some of the gear I used in this review. Full gear list, as always, and loadouts you can find on my website at www.razormp.com. Also, big shout out to Black Rifle Coffee Company for sponsoring the channel. If you want to support what I do, hit the link in the description and use code RazorMP at checkout for a discount. Every bag you grab helps keep this content coming. And for transparency, everything shown in this video was tested in a safe and controlled environment with all proper safety protocols in place. This content is intended strictly for educational and informational purposes and fully complies with YouTube's ridiculous community guidelines. Every range session was conducted responsibly on a closed range setup, and no part of this video promotes misuse or unsafe handling. Now, let's get into it. Now, the CR920XL is essentially a stretched version of the original CR920. It's still slim at under an inch wide and light at just 19.5 ounces unloaded, but that extended slide and barrel bring a little more sight radius and a little more muzzle control. With the extended mag in, you're looking at a total height of 5.18 inches, and yes, it's still very much in that compact carry zone. Now, one of the things I really enjoy about the Shadow Systems lineup is the attention to ergonomics and control. The aggressive grip texture strikes a great balance between traction and comfort, and I appreciate the thoughtful placement of texture on the trigger guard and those small finger index points. Little things like that make a big difference in real-world handling. The deep undercut under the trigger guard allows for a higher grip, and the deep slide serrations are just excellent. Easy to grab and manipulate even with gloves or sweaty wet hands. The CR920XL comes optics ready with a multi-footprint cut, and I was able to co-witness perfectly with my rinky-dinky hex waff red dot. I'll probably change that out soon. I also love that it comes standard with a tritium front sight and blacked out rear. It's a solid defensive sight setup right out of the box. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of though is that single slot Glock style accessory rail. I'd much rather see a full Picatinny rail for broader compatibility with lights and accessories. Same goes for the takedown system. I've never been a big fan of the Glock style tabs. They're just too small in my opinion, especially if you're wearing gloves or have slick hands. Internally, you're working with a flat face trigger breaking around 4 to 4.5 pounds. The reset is clean and crisp, and it's tuned more for control than speed. You're not going to get competition breaks here, but it's predictable, and that's what really matters, I think, in a defensive pistol. At the range, I ran a mix of 115 grain Fiocchi and 96 grain Velocitas rounds, and I was impressed with how the CR920XL handled the recoil. That longer barrel and weight forward slide really helped flatten out the impulse. I tested the pistol for accuracy, ran build drills, rapid fire testing, and it didn't flinch. Even when dirty, the cycling felt smooth. Shadow Systems claims they use stronger mag springs and optimized slide geometry to maintain function under less than ideal conditions. And based on my experience so far, that's not just marketing fluff. It ships with two 15-round magazines, and it also accepts an optional 18-rounder if you want to squeeze out a little bit more capacity. Now, it's not without its quirks. The takedown tabs, like I said, could use more texture, and they're slick with gloves. And while the bronze barrel finish looks sharp, it's purely cosmetic. Just know that there is a black nitride version that's also available if you want to keep more of a low profile. But bottom line, the CR920XL is a well-executed crossover pistol. It offers solid capacity, reliable function, and some clever internal upgrades that make it feel a little bit more refined than a lot of the other options in this category. I always say it's what a Glock was really meant to be, right? Is it the flattest shooting pistol in the world? No, but for its size and weight, it's definitely up there. Shadow Systems clearly built this for folks who take their EDC carry seriously and want something they can trust to perform without being a full-size duty gun. And for around 700 to 800 Scooby snacks, it's definitely priced in the premium but attainable range for a purpose-built carry pistol. If you want to see this thing go head-to-head against something like, I don't know, the P365 Macro, the Hellcat Pro, or Glock 43X, let me know down in the comments and I'll see about setting that up. Thanks again to my member subscribers for keeping the channel moving, and to Scottsdale Tactical for their continued support. As always, a full parts list for today's review is down along with discount codes and bonus content on my website at www.razormp.com. You can also find me on Rumble and Instagram if you're looking for more behind the scenes content. As always, I'll see you on the high ground or on the next video. RazorMP out.